Our next live English session will be May 1st. Next week is our dedicated Spanish week, and then the following week is a fifth week, which is just kind of hanging out there in limbo. So we'll see you guys again live on May 1st with Devin. This week, we're hosting the next episode of our mental wellness series called Building Your PD Mental Health Team. Although Parkinson's disease is known as a movement disorder, for many people living with PD, mood disturbances such as depression, anxiety, and apathy are some of the most troublesome symptoms that really impact our quality of life. Recognizing mood changes and deciding when it's time to seek help are the first steps to building your mental health team with Parkinson's disease. An important part of this process is finding and connecting with the right specialist. Please join us this Wellness Wednesday. I'll be there along with other people with Parkinson's and a couple of experts in the field, having a candid conversation on how we build our mental health team and what that means for us in Parkinson's disease. Always leaving our contact information here. If you are new to Parkinson's disease or embracing changes with it, please filter through our website, parkinson.org, call our helpline. We're here for you. Now that we've gotten through housekeeping, how is everyone today? So. No comments. That's okay. That's a good way to be. I think in a previous session that I was leading, we talked about neutrality, where we're not good, we're not bad, we're just kind of in between, which is a really, really nice place to be. So the mind-body connection, we're going to be talking about that today. And we'll kind of be exploring how the mind and the body are connected to our emotions. So a couple of questions to start with. Can our thoughts change how our bodies feel? Can the feelings in our body change our thoughts? Can our emotions change how our bodies feel? And can the feelings in our body change our emotions? The mind-body connection is powerful. Emotions are not only experienced in the brain with our thinking minds, right? But we also feel our emotions in our bodies and in our hearts. When we have emotions, our body has a physical reaction, whether it's consciously felt or not. The body experiences emotions just as much as our minds do. Listen to some common ways we talk about how we feel. My boss is a pain in the neck. She's not. Love you, Donna. My coworker gives me a headache. That makes me sick to my stomach. My heart is broken. I am so tired of dealing with this. He got cold feet. My heart's pounding with excitement. That sent a shiver down my spine. So often we express our emotions by connecting to a physical experience like the shiver down the spine or the stomach ache, right? Feel sick to my stomach. If we are in a space of wanting to change how we feel or wanting to change how we think and ultimately how we lead our experience of this life, we must learn how to embrace and move through our emotions, through the mind and through the body. In Parkinson's, this can be so relevant because our emotions can be dependent on how our body's functioning physically. And on the other end of that, we know that Parkinson's can impact our mental health. So how we are thinking and feeling today can impact our physical body, especially when our physical body and brain is impacted by Parkinson's. Many of our thoughts and emotions and actions are rooted in deeper parts of our brains and bodies that require no conscious thinking. We call this instinct, right? We cannot separate the mind from the body. They are intricately connected and work together for our survival and for us to thrive. So when we practice mindfulness and when we are living with or affected by Parkinson's, it can be useful to learn the physical aspects of our emotions. Our physical reactions from emotions, the physical reactions, so that nauseated pit in your stomach, or perhaps, I know I use this example quite often when we're stressed or nervous, and Parkinson's or tremor might start going a lot faster, or your leg might start shaking a lot faster. That's a message from our body, and it's our cue to pause, to listen. And I don't mean like listen with your ears, but like, whoa, hold on, what's happening? Listen to what's happening to your body, and to take that pause to be mindful about our thinking. Not only does the patterns of our minds, so the way that we think, the way that we talk to ourselves and to others, it influences how our body feels. But how we feel in our bodies, again, influences how our mind feels, and it impacts the kind of thoughts that we have. So if today we're feeling off, right? That's a phrase that we hear a lot in the sphere of Parkinson's disease. I'm off right now. If we're having an off day, and even in the public eye, just the general public, it's been an off day. That can really change the trajectory of the type of day that we're going to have. You wake up and you feel off. Having that feeling of off, you say that out loud, oh, I'm off. You start to exhibit those emotions and those thoughts associated with being off. A common phrase I'll offer you today, and I like to remind ourselves of, is that all of these feelings, these emotions, these moments in our lives are so temporary. Everything is fleeting. This too shall pass. Who's heard that phrase before? Yeah, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. So we can use mindfulness, especially in those difficult times, whether it's physically, emotionally, or really, really, really heavy thoughts. We can remind ourselves, this too shall pass. Whether we are having an off day physically or emotionally, this too shall pass. So let's practice. I'd like to share a really simple way to lean into areas of tension. And so what we're going to do, I actually forget what the practice is called, but we're going to exaggerate tension in our bodies and then actively release it. So we're going to start in the face. So find something that's comfortable and sitting, feet grounded, however you are. And let's just drop in for a moment. So take a deep breath. Good, let's take another one. Good. So we're going to actively bring tension to our body. We're going to start in the face. You know what happens when you get mad and you furrow your face and everything gets all angry? So we're going to tense our face, right? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your eyes, squeeze your lips, squeeze your lips, squeeze your cheeks, squeeze, 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 and let it go. I didn't see anybody's faces squeezing. Good. Let's try the shoulders. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the shoulders up, squeeze, squeeze. Oh, you might even notice that your breath is tight. You're not breathing fluidly. Oh, let it go. Good. Let's try it again. Squeeze the shoulders up. Tense, 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 tense. This is what your shoulders do when you're angry or frustrated or stressed. Naturally, we just kind of hold our shoulders up. Okay, relax. Oh, boy, shake it out. And so notice how that made you feel. Tensing up. Look, pull your shoulders up again. Up. Oh, this is really uncomfortable. I don't like it. You might be even feeling a little warm. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Ah, let it go. Good. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out. So let's try it with our hands. Active tensing. And when you're ready, squeeze your hands, make these fists. You can even try your shoulders and your face too. Squeeze it all, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let it go. Good. Might shake the wrists out, the fingertips. Boy, does that feel good to let that go. Good. One more time with the hands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh, naturally my shoulders are already lifting. My face is squeezing. Oh my gosh. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Ah, let it go. Notice what happened. Notice what happened when you chose to actively tense your body. What did you feel? I saw it happen a little bit with some of you. Your tremor increased, right? Imagine if you had control over the tension in your life that you exhibit into your body. If you had control of that tension, to just let it go, just as we just did it, just as we did it. Think about the emotions that you had too, when you were holding those hands so tight, clenching probably the jaw and the face. Just notice. Okay, now here's the fun one, if it were fun at all. We're going to squeeze in the hips and the glutes, so your back end. You can start with like the thighs. You start engaging your thighs, right? Naturally, your butt starts to clench up. So squeeze the butt, the thighs, the back end. Maybe the hands are already doing it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Let it go. Now let's try the whole body. Face, shoulders, hands, legs. Take a deep breath in. And actively tense. Ready? Squeeze it all, squeeze it all, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Maybe the knees are tight towards each other and let it go. Woo! I feel like I'm getting a workout. So this is mindful awareness of our bodies. You are actively tensing areas of the body so that we can practice actively releasing that tension. And the same goes with other emotions. So if we're feeling anger or frustration, oftentimes these shoulders, and I bet you're doing it right now, they start to creep up for some reason. All of us walk through life with these tight shoulders. So when you find a tension and awareness of that, release the shoulders. Good. Let's try one more body tension exercise. Okay. Take a deep breath in. And as you're ready, tense everything up. Face, shoulders, hands, knees, thighs, your rear side. Tense it all. Squeeze it all. Keep squeezing. Take a breath in. Take a breath in. And let it go. Beautiful. How did that make you feel? Let's see what I have in the chat here. It's difficult to open my eyes. Yeah, it can be. Charlotte wrote in, I can feel the energy it takes to have that tension. So recognizing, thank you, Charlotte, for sharing that. When we are choosing to offer our body that tension, it takes a lot of energy. My hands are sweaty. I can feel heat in the body. Can anyone else feel some heat in the body from tensing up? Yeah. So if we're moving through life in this tense body and emotion, imagine how much energy is consumed from all of that. It makes me want to yawn. That's okay, Kelly. Progressive relaxation. Yeah. Oh, Julie, on my lap, my cat got confused. That's so funny. I felt good releasing, very relaxing. Relaxing doesn't relieve the tenseness immediately. Yeah, but it feels a little better. Yeah. So it's good. It's a good practice to have when we're feeling very out of body. And in Parkinson's, I feel like this is something that happens is there's this disconnect saying my brain is telling me to do something, but my feet aren't listening. And so we take those moments of pause. Maybe we do an active tension practice. Oh, I'm so frustrated and angry with this dang trimmer. Oh, it's better now. Perhaps, maybe not. Oh, here's a good one. Phil, I found it difficult to feel anything. So, Phil, I'll ask you feeling. Was it feeling anything at all physically or even emotionally? Anything at all? Small changes in our physical habits. So, if we notice that the shoulders are up, we're tense. Oh, why are my shoulders so tight right now? Oh, it's because I am so worried about my to-do list today, or I don't want to go to that doctor's appointment. Actively relaxing. Small changes in our physical habits, how we carry our body, makes big changes in our brains. So if our body is saying, I'm tense, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, but I'm okay, it will change the chemistry of your brain. So we're going to do another exercise. Outside of exaggerating tension and release, we're going to be breathing with audio. So I kind of showed you a little bit earlier, but in those moments of difficult times, challenging conversations you might be having with yourself even, or your loved ones, audible breathing can be really helpful in calming the nervous system. So what do you mean audible breathing, Krista? So it sounds like this. And you sigh it out. So I really encourage you guys to try it with me. We're going to do it together. Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, make some noise. Come on, Barb and Dave. I know you guys can be louder than that. When you're ready, take another breath in. Good. Big sigh out. Yeah. Good. Let's try it again, this time louder. If any of you are familiar with big and loud, let's try a loud audible. Deep breath in when you're ready. Paul, I don't see you doing it. Good. Let's do one more. This time at any audible level that feels comfortable for you. You could even try pursing the lips and blowing it out like you're blowing through a straw. Good. So emptying the lungs out. Deep breath in. Yeah. Beautiful. Might need to wet your whistle after all that breathing, or wipe the lips. So we can use a combination of actively tensing the body to get connected to the body, to use the mind to tell the body to relax. And we can also use the breath to do the same way. So using physical activity such as actively tensing or choosing an active breath is a way to tell your mind or your body a different message, to change the story, change the perspective, to calm and neutralize. So those are a couple of tools that we can use when we're challenged with our off days or even the good days. So in closing, I'd like to share a poem with you all. If you've been around, you know that I love to share some words of others as we round out our time in mindfulness. It's an excerpt from the book Beauty by John O'Donohue, an Irish writer. Anyone familiar with him? He writes, "When the mind is festering with trouble or the heart torn, we can find healing among the silence of mountains or fields, or listen to the simple, steadying rhythm of waves. The slowness and stillness gradually takes us over. Our breathing deepens, and our hearts calm, and our hungers relent. When serenity is restored, new perspectives open to us, and difficulty can begin to seem like an invitation to new growth. This invitation to friendship with nature does, of course, entail a willingness to be alone out there. Yet, this aloneness is anything but lonely. Solitude gradually clarifies the heart until a true tranquility is reached. The irony is that at the heart of that aloneness, you feel intimately connected with the world. Indeed, the beauty of nature is often the wisest balm, for it gently relieves and releases the caged mind." May I encourage you to step outside into nature today, sometime this week, and take a few mindful moments to tense your body, to breathe audibly, and just to acknowledge the pattern of your thoughts. Perhaps in these moments of nature, you'll notice an emotion as you find a gift in the moment of quiet solitude. So we have just a few minutes left. If you have any questions or want to share some expressions, impressions, maybe from the active tensing or the audible breathing, or even the words offered by John O'Donohue. Kathy, if you look up John O'Donohue, excerpt from Beauty, you'll find it. Oh no, Annette, I'm sorry, you just got back. Today's session was recorded. You'll find it on our YouTube channel next week. Oh, iPad wrote that she or he or they experienced that the active tensing and breathing felt better for them lying down. So that might be something we try when we go to bed tonight. Welcome, Diane from Trinidad. So glad that you found us here. Good. Why don't we take 3 mindful breaths together, and then I'll bid you adieu. Let's close our eyes if that's comfortable for you. Feet on the floor. Or perhaps the toes point towards the ceiling if you're lying down or reclined. The hands can rest next to your body or in your lap. Then as you take this familiar position, and see if you can soften the muscles of your face and release any tension in your shoulders, or maybe any gripping or holding or tensing in the hips or thighs. And as you feel ready, take a deep breath in through your nose. And open the mouth, let that breath go. Pause at the bottom of your exhale. Feel a little pressure build. And then breathe back in. And out. Good, last one together. Deep breath in. This time, really sigh it out. Good. Bring a smile to your face. And flutter your eyes open if they aren't there already. Beautiful work, everyone. Beautiful faces. I see you. I hear you. And I'm reading every comment that you send my way. So know that I'm present with you here mindfully. I'll see you again on May 1st. May you stay mindful. May you be well. And I hope you continue to live at ease. Be well, my friends. We'll see you then.